Sometime during the night of August 16th, 1952, the small town of Ashley, Kansas ceased to exist. At 3:28 a.m. on August 17th, 1952, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake was measured by the United States Geological Survey. The earthquake itself was felt throughout the state and most of the Midwest. The epicenter was determined to be directly under Ashley, Kansas. When state law enforcement arrived at what should have been the outskirts of the farming community, they found a smoldering, burning fissure in the earth measuring about 1,000 yards in length and approximately 500 yards in width. The depths of this fissure was never determined. After 12 days, the statewide and local search for the missing 679 residents of Ashley, Kansas was called off by the state government at 9:15 p.m. the night of August 29th, 1952. All 679 residents were assumed to be dead. At 2:27 a.m. on August 30th, 1952, a magnitude 7.5 earthquake was measured by the United States Geological Survey. The epicenter, situated under what used to be the location of Ashley, Kansas. When law enforcement investigated at 5:32 a.m., they reported that the fissure in the earth had closed. In the 8 days leading up to the disappearance of the town and its 679 residents, bizarre and unexplained events were reported by dozens of residents in Ashley and law enforcement from surrounding areas. The evening of August 8th, 1952, at 7:13 p.m., a resident by the name of Gabriel Jonathan reported a strange sight in the sky right above Ashley. The town itself, having no official brand of law enforcement, called the police station in the neighboring town of Hayes. Gabriel had reported a small black opening in the sky. Within the next 15 minutes, the Hayes police station became overwhelmed with dozens of phone calls, all reporting the exact same phenomenon. The phenomenon was never reported by any other neighboring community. A decision was made to send a trooper to Ashley to investigate the matter the following morning. At 7:54 a.m. on the morning of August 9th, 1952, Hayes police officer Alan Mace radioed the Hayes police station. He reported that, despite following the one-way road leading into Ashley, he had somehow become lost. According to his report, the road continued along its normal path but somehow ended up back in Hayes. Officer Mace went on to add that the road never curved or bent in any other direction. At 9:15 a.m., 7 of the town's 10 police cars were sent to investigate the situation, and all members of the team came back with the same conclusion. The only road leading into Ashley stopped leading into Ashley, but instead it led right back to Hayes. Phone calls continued to pour in, and all reporting that this black opening in the sky continued to just grow in size. All callers were advised to remain inside and not to travel outside unless absolutely necessary. 8:07 p.m. An Elaine Couture reported her neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Milton, and their 2 children, Jeffrey and Brooke, missing. According to Mrs. Cantor's phone call, the Miltons attempted to leave town in their family car early in the evening. They never returned. Law enforcement officials from Hayes never reported the car or individuals coming up on the one-way road. At 7:38 a.m. on the morning of August 10th, phone calls from Ashley into Hayes police station reported that the town was in complete and total darkness. The sun had never risen. At 10:15, at request of Hayes law enforcement, a helicopter from Topeka, Kansas, flew over the region in which Ashley, Kansas stood. The town was never observed from the air. 12:43 p.m., August 11th. Mrs. Phoebe Delanesky called into the Hayes police station. She reported her daughter Erica had begun to have conversations with her father. Her father, who had died 3 years prior in a drunk driving accident. To add to her concern, she also reported that Erica was attempting to go outside into the dark to join them. Over the course of the next 12 hours, a reported 329 phone calls were placed into the Hayes police station, all describing very similar phenomenon with their children of the town. The following morning, August 12th, the situation became dire. During the middle of the night, all 217 children in the town of Ashley, Kansas just disappeared. A reported 421 phone calls were placed into the Hayes police station. Unable to be of any useful assistance, Hayes law enforcement instructed all callers to remain inside and to avoid any and all attempts at finding these missing children. 5:19 p.m. on the evening of August 13th. Ashley, elderly man Scott Lutz, reported a growing distant fire in the south. According to his description, the fire seemed to dim the distant black into a bright red and orange that seemed to extend up high into the sky. Throughout the rest of the day, calls continued to pour in, stating that there was the fire and in addition to moving north. Now it seemed to be coming out of this black sky. No fire was ever witnessed by any neighboring communities or law enforcement officials. The reports continued until 12:09 a.m. in the morning of August 14th, 1952. The last phone call placed by Mr. Benjamin Etiquette reported that the fire in the sky had grown so intense that it began to appear as if it was daytime all over the town. The phone call had ended abruptly. This is the phone call placed by Benjamin Sherman Etiquette. Oh, hold on, wait. Yeah, I see something. It's to the south. It looks like... Phone call ends. The next phone call wouldn't be placed until the following evening. The following is the entire transcript of the final phone call to be received by the Hayes Police Department out of the town once known as Ashley, Kansas. It was placed at 9:46 p.m. on the evening of August 15th. In this phone call recording, the officer on duty, Officer Peter Welsh, and the caller was identified as Mrs. April Foster. Hayes Police Department. Hello? Yes, hello? Ma'am, who am I speaking with? My name's April Foster. Please, sir, please help me. What's happening, ma'am? Last night, they came back last night. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to. Last night, they came back. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to calm down and speak clearly. What happened? Who came back? Everyone. Everyone? They all came in the fire. What do you mean, everyone? My son, I saw my son last night. He was walking and he was walking down the street. He was burned. Jesus Christ, he was so burned. Ma'am, he died last year. I raised him since he was a baby. It was just me and him. I told him to watch for cars when he rode his bike, but he never wanted to listen. Ma'am, what you're saying isn't making any sense. You said everyone came back. Are you fucking listening to me? Everyone came back. Everyone who died or went missing, they're back and they're looking for us. He said, Mommy, I'm okay now. See, I can walk again. Where are you, Mommy? I went to see you. Ma'am, where are you now? Are you safe? I'm hiding, just like everyone else. When we saw them come through the fields, and some people opened their doors for them. God, the screaming. I don't know what happened to them, but their houses caught fire and they caved in. I have my curtains drawn. I'm hiding in the closet right now, and... Ma'am, is everything alright? Are you okay? Ma'am? Oh my God! Ma'am? Something came in. Ma'am, stay as quiet as you can. Don't make a sound. Mommy? Mommy? He came inside. Stay absolutely still. Don't leave. Mommy, where are you hiding? Stay quiet. I found you, Mommy. Ma'am! End phone call. The following morning at 6:55 a.m., the law enforcement officials of Hays Police Department arrived at the location of Ashley, Kansas. A smoldering, burning fissure in the earth was all that remained. Hey ghouls, I hope you enjoyed this Kansas creepypasta. I really liked it. I liked getting in character. I'm still kind of like teary-eyed and sniffly from getting into that mom character. So yeah, it was really fun to narrate. I'm sorry I missed Friday's video, and I got a puppy, guys. Like, cut me some slack, you know. And this medicine I'm on, I'm gonna make a whole video about it. For my anxiety and my OCD and depression and PTSD and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna make a video about, you know, what's been going on and why I've been missing so many videos, because I do feel bad about it. But hopefully I can get back on track now that my son is in school and I have a little bit of extra time on my hands. So yeah. But as always, ghouls, the last video will be on the top left, the next video will be on the bottom left. All my social medias are on the screen, as well as in the description box below. And remember, there's always someone or something watching you.